YouTube 2004 Camry. Door wouldn't open from the inside or the outside. The lock and unlock button was acting kind of funky. Couldn't get it to open. It was being super weird. Magically, I said a prayer and then that door opened. Commonly the door actuator goes out in these, and they say you got to replace it. So you got to have the window up in order to replace it. So you have to open the door. In my case, what it ended up being is super easy to get the door panel off. Go on to TRQ YouTube channel, and they have a whole breakdown on how to get the door panel off. It's not that bad. But ended up being that push rod. Let's see if I can see it. Man, it's kind of a pain in the butt to see. You can't really see it. Oh, right there. Nelly, pull the door handle. See all those zip ties? When you push that, pull that door handle, it pushes that rod down, which works on this. This is the whole door actuator. There's a plug there, and this is the mechanism. To get that out, you pull 1, 2, 3. You unplug it here, and then you pull this 10mm trap bolt out, moves out of the way, and you can get the whole thing out. That's got your lock and unlock, and then your door lever. So anyways, in my case, I could not get the door open from this lever, the lever on the inside, and it ended up snapping, and then from the lever on the outside, it just wouldn't work. So I, by the grace of God, was able to get the door magically open by opening the window, opening and closing the window, and then just trying to push on it, and it popped open. But as I pulled the panel off, that little rod, let's see if I can get this right. This rod right here was just kind of laying down, and what was happening is when I had the window down, it was blocking it from going up. So somehow with the window coming down, it pushed this down, and I was able to get the door open. But in my case, I got to go back and replace this whole inside door handle part. But what I did is I just zip tied it for now, put some electrical tape on it. It should hold pretty good for a while till I can get back to the junkyard. This part's super easy to get off too. You take that off, you pop this rubber grommet off, you pull that out. You can pry this lock cylinder off, right? And then this whole handle just slides over and pulls out. And then you go back to over here. Where is it? That's the inner part, and then you just pop that out, and ta-da, it's all out. But anyways, I looked high and low on YouTube to try to find anybody else that was having this problem. I couldn't find it. I found other dudes replacing this whole actuator piece, and doing some weird funky jerry rigging, but that's actually not that bad if you can get the door open. In my case, what it was the dang rod had fallen out. The little plastic clip that holds it in broke off, and then that rod was just laying there. So when you pull the handle, it wasn't pushing that rod down to open the door. And so I jerry rigged it to get it to work for now until I can get back to the junkyard. So hopefully this helps. In my case, like I said, interior door handle would not open the door. Exterior would not. I couldn't do anything. The only thing I did that helped was rolling up the window, up and down on the window, and kind of shouldering it a little bit to push it out. And then this last time when I got it home to fix it, I just rolled down the window a bunch of times, went in, said a prayer, came back out, and it just popped open. So I'll show you what the door actuator looks like, so you can get an idea. If that's what goes bad, that controls your locks and everything. But this is what it looks like. There's your side door panel lock mechanism, and like I said, you take those 3 bolts out right there. They're 30 Torx, T30 Torx, and then there's this plug right here, and those are your 2 cables that go all the way down, and there's a 10mm bolt on the bottom, and this just pops out. You kind of got to wiggle it out and it'll come out if this is the problem. But that's all to do with your switches and your electrical, blah blah blah. In my case, it was much easier, but a lot more in depth because of the dang taking apart the door. So hopefully this helps somebody. Like I said, I couldn't find any videos on it on YouTube, so hopefully it helps. But yeah, look, check it out, it works now. I can open my door. Ta-da! I will eventually replace that mechanism on the inside, but it works. Man, I was so frustrated today. I really needed to call on Jesus. I was trying not to get mad, but golly, I had to crawl in and out the passenger door over all my junk to get in my driver's seat. After I got done seeing a client, I set my tablet on the roof here and realized after I threw my bag in, put my tablet there, walked around, got in the passenger seat, sat in the car, drove about a half a mile, made a sharp left turn, and then I heard my tablet fly off the roof, smack the ground. $1,000 iPad destroyed. Had to stop in the middle of traffic, get out of the passenger seat, go get the tablet, grab the tablet, come back into the car through the passenger seat, all the while through traffic, jump in the driver's seat, and then take off, and then go see other clients while jumping over the seat. So yeah, it was kind of a pain in the butt, and I'm glad that I was able to get it fixed. Thank God. So hopefully this helps you. Works now. We're gonna put it all back together and pray to God it doesn't break again. Thanks. Have a good day.